Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Aesop Abstinent, a bonus mini-series from us here at the King James Virgin.
Yep.
You may notice that it's been a while since you've heard an Aesop Abstinent segment in our normal show.
It's clearly very much missed by all of us.
It's questionably beloved.
Oh, I mean, it's beloved by us. I don't know if it's like everybody else beloves it, but we do.
And this one is showing up in your main feed. But from now on, these Aesop Abstinent mini episodes will be patron exclusive. Yeah. So if you would like to hear more of these, you can get your own little private RSS feed over at our Patreon.
Yeah, we figured that it would be a nice way of saying thank you to all the people who are helping support this show. Our episodes kind of have gotten long enough where we don't need to pad them. And so we figured this would be a great way to kind of kill multiple birds with one stone. So if you want to help support, or you're just a massive Aesop fan, you can go to patreon.com/KGVpod or go to our website, kingjamesvirgin.com, and there are links there to get to our Patreon.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
So here we are. Aesop has been sold to Xanthus, the philosopher. Xanthus has taken Aesop home to his wife.
Who didn't like him?
It's like a will they, won't they sort of.
Have we thrown up figs yet?
Oh, yeah. That was pre-Xanthus.
Great.
Is this like a Rachel Bilson thing where you hated her for the first season of the OC, but then like
I do not
season 2, 3,
know what that reference is.
You guys didn't watch the OC?
No.
So Aesop is basically he is Xanthus's slave. Let's just come straight out with it.
Yeah. We're okay. No, isn't he a servant? Like,
right. Like, well,
he was purchased.
He was purchased. And Xanthus has a lot of followers. He's a great philosopher. Supposedly, Aesop is kind of like there to poke holes in a lot of his greatness and theories. Yeah, like, so Xanthus will go around philosophizing, and then Aesop will be like, about this.
Yeah.
But only in writing.
At this point, I believe that he actually
he talks now.
Yes,
okay. Because for a while
they've gotten him like a marquee or something that he can just scribble. He was mute for a bit.
Yeah,
he has
I missed that.
He has a blackboard tablet where he just like writes snarky comments and holds them
You
up.
miss him being mute.
Yeah. Maybe he has like a Stephen Hawking's.
Because then like just a story would be over. He has nothing more to tell.
Well, he just has to write fast.
Yeah. Okay.
At what point does when does he get his typewriter? Because I picture him like Ernest Hemingway just out there like.
Sure. Well, we don't know that yet. Right now, Xanthus is still taking him around and showing him like.
Why does Xanthus take him around?
I don't know. Xanthus, I think because he's a philosopher, there is that combative element. Like he wants to.
Adam, Xanthus is a cat person. Does that make sense?
Yes. No. Okay. 100%.
That's all we need to say.
Fight me, coward.
So Xanthus takes Aesop to a garden to buy some herbs.
Okay, fresh herbs. Got it. Probably.
Now, here's the thing. I have to accept a lot when we're doing the Bible shit. Adam, accept it.
No, I'm 100%. It just.
Well, no, you buy dried herbs from the market. You buy fresh herbs from a garden. Yes. It makes sense.
Yeah, I'm with it. It just the amount of things that revolve around secondary food.
Do we know what kind of herbs?
True. No.
That's disappointing.
Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme.
Okay.
So the gardener is making small talk with Xanthus. He mentions, the gardener does, that he admires, he's like, boy, all these plants, these weeds and trees and shit seem to grow way faster than any of my food. And Xanthus is interested and in fact offers meaning to the gardener, and the gardener implores him to say like, well, what is the meaning of this? Why do other plants grow faster than my crops do? And Xanthus, the philosopher, says,
not the botanist.
No, says, well, providence will have it so. Weird line from a philosopher.
Yeah, fuck you.
Okay.
It's an off day.
Aesop, as is Aesop, loses his shit. He is cackling and like, this fucking guy, come on, man. And Xanthus kind of challenges him and says, well, what? Like, if you have a better answer, let's hear it. And so here is his answer. The earth is in the nature of a mother to what she brings forth of herself out of her own bowels. Whereas she is
not how giving birth works.
Whereas she is only a kind of stepdame in the production of plants that are cultivated and assisted by the help and industry of another, so that it's natural for her to withdraw her nourishment from the one towards the relief of the other. The gardener finds this very satisfying. Do you find it satisfying?
Hold on. The gardener finds it satisfying. What Aesop has essentially said is you didn't do a good enough job.
It got a little involved with the patriarchy there for a minute.
It did. Oh, absolutely.
But then I'm not sure. Does that mean the garden is anti-patriarchy and that's why she favors the weeds?
It seems like that, right?
Okay. Fighting back against the man.
And for whatever reason, the gardener is thrilled with this answer.
I like dandelions.
Xanthus is ashamed of himself because he hasn't thought as hard on this as Aesop appears to have.
Right.
Although Aesop's thoughts tend to be kind of like jabby, a little like snarky.
Yeah.
The gardener is so satisfied with Aesop's answer that he takes no money for the herbs and he tells Aesop that he's welcome to use the garden for his own from here on out.
Oh, shit.
So it's important to the story of the life of Aesop. Now we will get to our actual fable of the day.
Oh, okay.
Right, because this is the whole thing. His life is but a
did
series of
forget that
fables.
this is a like side-by-side biography.
And that story, there are a bunch of fables that we won't do that basically just perfectly mimic that story, almost word for word.
Okay.
So today's fable is The Stag and the Oxen. The Stag and the Oxen. A stag that was hard set by the huntsman betook himself to a stall for sanctuary and prevailed with the oxen to conceal him the best they could. So they covered him with straw, and by in comes the keeper to dress the cattle and to feed them. And when he had done his work, he went his way without any discovery. The stag reckoned himself by this time to be all out of danger, but one of the oxen that had more brains than his fellows advised him not to be too confident neither. For the servant, says he, is a puzzling fool that heeds nothing, but when my master comes he'll have an eye here and there and everywhere, and will most certainly find ye out. Upon the very speaking of the word, in comes the master, and he spies out 20 faults, I warrant ye. This was not well, and that was not well, till at last, as he was prying and groping up and down, he felt the horns of the stag under the straw, and so made prize of him. What is the moral?
Don't trust the help.
Yeah, no, if you want if you want something done right, you have to do it yourself.
Ka-bang! Yeah. There we go. The moral. He that would be sure to have his business well done must either do it himself or see the doing of it.
Dude.
Beside that, many a good servant is spoiled by a careless master.
I've had employees.
Yeah, no, this is 100% true.
Accurate. Shout out to my many employees who do listen to this podcast. I miss you.
I do like you just threw them all under the bus and also at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like,
hey guys, fuck you. Shout out.
It is kind of weird though. Like,
no, because anyone you hire will never be as emotionally invested as you are.
Yeah.
Like if I hire someone to make a latte, they're going to make the shit out of a latte, but they're never going to care like about everything because they're not paid to.
See also why I don't have employees.
right.
Yeah.
I feel like, the last fable that we did, A Fox and Grapes, was one that caused a decent amount of discontent among the viewing audience.
I remember being pissed as hell about it.
Yes.
Do not at all remember the fable.
Right. So this one...
There was a trial?
That was
That's
one
right.
before the like Fox universe.
Whatever.
But this one, I feel like... How do we feel about this one?
I like the idea of one of the oxen having more brains than the others. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
Yeah. There's always a foxy oxen.
I have nothing wrong with this one.
Great.
Short of like the image of like an oxen like using its hooves to like maneuver hay on top of something.
Right.
That just doesn't work.
I did appreciate the mirroring of the tale of Aesop and the garden with the garden.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Sure.
Weird synergy.
Just a fun little overlap.
Yeah. This is. I have
I
no
like
problems.
the overlap of figs.
Yes. The
True.
fig story is going to be hard to beat.
No,
I don't
just
know
both
that-
universes. There's a lot of figs.
It's true. We live in that world.
We need more
Less
problems.
vomit.
I was gonna say we need more problems where the easy immediate answer is just like vomit all over the floor.
Make everybody else do it.
Right.
Too. Like, well, you do it.
Yep.
I did my bit.
You don't run into those problems anymore. Like you just don't. No one ever comes up to me and is like, Adam, did you eat all the figs? Well, I can prove it wasn't me.
It's disgusting.
I guess I've also never been a stag in an oxen barn. So whatever.
That closes out this installment of the Aesop Abstinent.
I like that one.
Thank you, our patrons, for listening to this mini-series, and thanks to Fountain Sun for the use of our theme Aesop off of the album Sweep the Temple on Gnome Life Records.
Produced by Sonic Bazaar.